If that's the police, I've been here all day. All right? That's all I want to say. Go ahead. Coming to you mostly live from the Greenville Beer Exchange. Do what?
Give or take.
Give or take. Yeah, somewhat. From the Greenville Beer Exchange, or GBX, as the cool kids call it.
The hipsters.
The hipsters and the cool kids and anybody else that would talk to us calls it GBX. On Lawrence Street in terrific downtown Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of Big John and Five, where I get my good buddy over here, Big John Richards, the beer whisperer for Beer to Whiskey, to pick a beer from one of GBX's 23 taps or hundreds of bottles and cans that they have in their store for sale up front. We sniff, we sip, we kibitz. John gives us a little bit about information about the brewery, sometimes a little bit of brewing history, and we drink our fair share of beer.
There's some beers.
Today with us, this is really special. We've got my fraternity brother of 50 plus years, E. Randall Porter, one of the Dayton, Ohio porters, sitting in with us. Ports, it's great to have you here. Big John, what are we doing?
We are doing a beer that's actually pretty near and dear to my heart. Long ago, in a land far, far away.
I've got the effect where we could put the thing, yeah.
There was a long period of time where I said out loud that my favorite beer in the world was Arrogant Bastard, and that there were 200 beers tied for second. And
I like that. I like that, what you just said. Yeah, this is my favorite beer, and there was 200 tied for second.
Right? Well, that's one that I actually made up.
Okay.
And steal that from anyone. So, Double Bastard used to come out every November. I haven't seen Double Bastard in years. We were just talking about it. I don't know how long it's been. I don't know if they still brew it. Stone's gone through its share of growing pains, and it's certainly not the same brewery it used to be.
They almost came to Greenville. They were this close.
They were very close.
They were this close to opening up the east of the Mississippi facility in Greenville. This close. South Carolina.
The world could have been different. South Carolina screwed it up for everybody.
South Carolina, at the very end, screwed it up, and so.
So did they go to Asheville?
They
went to Richmond.
Roanoke. No.
They went to
Richmond.
somewhere in Virginia.
Richmond, not Roanoke. Richmond. Somebody else went to Roanoke. They went to Richmond. And I remember that because I stopped at that facility and had some Arrogant Bastard right off the tap after my certified Cicerone exam that I didn't pass before the one that I did pass. Where you were there.
I can't. And we're not going into that because it's.
We only have so much time here.
Exactly. But what a weekend that was.
So these guys used to produce Double Bastard, which Arrogant Bastard's like 7.2, and then Double Bastard was, I think, 11.2 most years.
So was it really quite double?
Not quite double, but close. You're in the vicinity. It's the idea of double.
Right.
So Double Bastard was always my big beer holiday. When Double Bastard landed, I was like, I'm getting me a bottle, I'm going home, and I'm going to drink my Double Bastard, and I'm going to be
a bastard?
Something like that.
If that's the police, I've been here all day. All right? That's all I want to say. Go ahead.
So GBX is open behind us, which is why there's doorbell going off, and they were kind enough to let us come in here and film and do our thing.
Because they had no idea what they were getting into.
Did not know.
But John actually pulled some shifts here, so.
I did. So I had a little bit of pull. So this is a fun beer that came out of the GBX cellar. It's from 2015. And this is a Kentucky they say it's double bastard aged in Kentucky bourbon barrels, so they don't give us the actual barrel. This has been sitting on the shelf out there ever since I started here, effectively, and I keep eyeballing it and wanting to have one, and I haven't pulled the trigger and poured it for myself, partly because it's a big bottle, and
Southern Charred.
Southern Charred.
The beer in this is how old?
As far as I know, it's 8 years old,
Wow.
right?
Let's get the pouring.
So yeah, let's get to pouring. We would normally have popped this on camera, but we had a friend who's been hanging out with us that we didn't know before today.
Yes.
Who's been working here and chatting with us between takes, and so we shared this before we came on camera. So
Because that's the kind of folks we are.
Right.
We're givers. We're givers.
yeah, well,
And there's a lot of other things
Don't
you could
stop
call
us.
us. A lot of other things you could call us, but givers is.
It's one of
is
those
one
things.
Well, when you get into this kind of stuff, this,
Look at this.
It's a thick beer.
Holy cow.
Thickness to this beer,
We're going to drink whiskey that's not this dark.
right?
you're right.
So I haven't tasted this beer yet. Sorry, if you wanted to finish your thought before we get to
No, I was just going to say that this kind of stuff is meant to be shared with friends.
It is.
So
It is. That's part of the magic, I think, of the beer community is that we do share. We it's the rising tide that raises all ships. Thanks. I almost got misty-eyed. when you
I'm
were
getting
talking.
I'm getting a little misty over here.
Yeah, so that's what we do. I'm very excited about this beer because I've not had it yet. So I'm really interested to see what happens.
Texas Miss Lily.
I'm afraid this is a little bit over chilled
It is over chilled.
because I put it in an ice bath. It came off the shelf. I had to put it in an ice bath to chill it down for us to
And
be able
then,
to do
and then we
this.
took a little longer than we thought.
Right.
To get to it.
We're not as quick as we once was.
But we're as good as once, we're good
Once.
once as we ever was. At least we like to think so.
Right? Whoa. It brings me back, guys. So, that's a monster, and always has been. Double Bastard, even more so. But Arrogant Bastard was very famous, and this was that became Stone's kind of, de facto flagship beer, even though Stone IPA was their most produced and certainly their flagship. Arrogant Bastard was the beer they were known for. And the reason he named that beer that was that he went around early on in the craft beer movement in the early 80s trying to market his beer, and all the big three distributors and representatives and people from the breweries were like, what kind of an arrogant bastard do you think you are that you think you can make a beer that will compete with ours? So he named his beer, and the label on the back of the beers, at least as wordy as this one is, I used to be able to quote it outright, like the whole thing, because of my love for the beer. But it's the first sentence is, "You're probably not going to like this beer." It goes on to say, "It is highly doubtful that you have the taste or sophistication to be able to appreciate a beer of this quality and style." And so they're not shy. They've never been shy. It seems like they're getting shy, which makes me sad, and it's part of the reason why I don't know why we haven't seen Double Bastard in so long. But this brings me back to how big and how aggressive that beer was. And even the original, get into the double, and it's just a monster. And I like things that taste a lot. We have discovered that. So this beer just speaks to me, and this brings me right back to the days when I could just sit back and sip on a beer like this and just.
Is there a microwave in here? Can we throw this in a microwave?
You're doing the right thing.
Yeah, but I can't do it. I can't do it.
This is a beer that's going to have to we're going to have sips of this, and we're going to appreciate it for what it is, and then we're going to set it off to the side, and half an hour later, we're going to come back to it. It's going to be what it's supposed to be.
It's going to be the real thing.
Yeah.
This, I feel somewhat responsible for this because I asked John to put it on ice, and even though I don't pay John anything, he usually follows orders, and he did. So that was my bad.
That's good stuff. So this is fun. I'm going to talk a little bit about flavors before we close up because it's a neat beer. The original Arrogant Bastard. It's a big hoppy aggressive beer, but when it's super fresh, the malts in the back of that taste like brownies. It's so sweet. And this carries some of that sweetness, there's so much of that big, hoppy, straight up bitterness that finishes with this beer that just cleans everything up. This is a monster. It's malty sweet, that bready, toffee, caramel, malty sweet up front.
Even as cold as this.
Even as cold as it is. And then the way those hops and that bitterness hits on the finish and cleans everything up, it just speaks to me. This is one of the beers that brought me into the fold.
Now we can't get rid of him.
Seriously.
He's here. We can't get rid of him.
All right. They're very
Well,
good. Like it.
Excellent.
So damn lucky. See you next time.